This video will show you how to define custom properties for non-graphical parts. Although no 3D model is required for the oil in this motorbike engine, it still needs to be documented in the bill of materials. If we just placed a component to represent the oil, it would show up with a quantity of 1 in our parts list. We want to show a quantity of 2 and a unit of litres. We can create one model for a component like oil and set it up so that it can be reused in multiple assemblies. First, we need to create our part for the oil. In the part document, choose the Application button, Info, File Properties to open the Properties dialog box. We can give the part a title and add Not Applicable for the document number. We now need to define the custom properties for the oil. To override the assembly quantity, on the Custom tab in the name box type SE Assembly Quantity Override. In the type box, select Number from the list. In the value box, type 0, then click the Add button. We've defined that we want to override the assembly quantity. Now we need to define what to override it with. In the name box, type SE Assembly Quantity String. In the type box, select Text from the list. In the value box, type the unit and the number of decimal places you want, for example, litres, 4, then click the Add button. You must separate the unit type and decimal places with a semicolon. If the number of decimal places is 2, you don't need to enter the value for decimal places. We've now defined the units of our custom assembly quantity and the number of decimal places that will be shown in the bill of materials. To use the custom properties in an assembly, we need to place the part in the assembly and access the occurrence properties. When you add a part to the assembly, you can access the occurrence properties from the Place Part command bar. On the Occurrence Properties dialog box, type the quantity value in the quantity cell for this occurrence. We are going to add 2 litres of oil. Notice that the unit value you specified in the part document is displayed in the user-defined quantity column. On your drawing, you will see that the non-graphical part has been added to the bill of materials. It has a quantity that's defined from the occurrence properties. We will now look at creating a non-graphical part that has no units. For example, you may require a small quantity of Loctite on the parts list, documented with a quantity of as required. I will now create a new part for Loctite. In the File Properties, I will give the part a title and add Not Applicable for the document number. On the Custom tab in the Name box, once again I will add a new property for SE Assembly Quantity Override. In the Type box, select Number from the list. This time in the Value box, I will type 1. By adding 1, you have defined that you want your assembly quantity to have a constant value. In the Name box, type SE Assembly Quantity String. In the Type box, select Text from the list. In the Value box, type the constant text that you want, for example, as required. Then click the Add button. I can then add the Loctite to the carburetor assembly. In the occurrence properties, I can see that the user-defined quantity is as required and I cannot add a specific quantity. In the parts list, I can see that Loctite is needed and it can be used as required. I can add a note to specify where to use the Loctite.